McD, Sandi, thanks for being here. Congratulations on the family being honored at Illuminations. Thank you for letting us honor you at Illuminations. And what does it mean to be honored? Why did you say yes?
I had firsthand experience of being learning different, and I had a tough time all the way through elementary school without an asset schools in my world.
Yeah, how did you guys find assets?
Leek was playing soccer, and one of the moms, a friend of mine, she was talking to me about her son who was having issues, and she told me about assets. I, one afternoon, called, and Miss Sandi happened to answer the phone, and she asked me a few questions, and it was like the floodgates just went open, and I just was crying, and told her all about what was going on with Alika and what he was experiencing at school, coming home crying, getting in fight, being called dumb and stupid, and it was just really heartbreaking. So we made an appointment. Miss Sandi met Alika and did her magic with him and came out to the car, and Alika says to her, "Would you like to see my homework?" Remember that? And you looked at it and you were like, oh my gosh, no wonder this poor child is having struggles.
We talk about it all the time, how the whole family goes on a journey when a child learns differently.
Yes.
How did the school impact your family?
There was never any limits on what they could do.
Love that.
And as a parent, it's the best.
I used to tell the boys that, the pig that built his house out of bricks, he had a solid foundation. Remember the story, how it ended? I basically said that people who are challenged and succeed get one of those bricks to put on their foundation. And they can stand on that brick to reach the next level, and that's life.
So we know that a lot of kids are coming to us because they're struggling with their reading or their spelling or their organization. There's something that's pretty obvious that's causing them struggle in really traditional settings. But do you want to talk a little bit about how you view sort of, the whole self, in that these kids also come ready to bear with just tremendous gifts?
As life continues, you realize that, you can focus your journey around your strengths. And really, school is about trying to prop up those things that are not strong. And that's kind of the message that I would share with my boys is like, being dyslexic or being learning different is a gift, because it means you will have perspective and consequently solutions that no one else in the room or in your career path will think of. I mean, the moment was finding assets, and then within a matter of months seeing the transformation.
It's really important to be able to share, because I think it makes a tremendous impact on other people.
So there's the transformation that we're talking about, is as soon as the parent and the student realize that now they're actually learning in an environment that makes that happen. And that environment is expensive. It's that ratio and to get that sort of hands-on, it's the only way it can happen really, but it's expensive. And that's why the tuition assistance piece is so powerful for us and for my mom, because I just think about what it would be like to be a parent and not be able to pull it off financially and have to live with it.
Although some have found assets, they have not been able to enroll their children because even with financial aid, it was still too much. You have to have a place to live, their basic necessities that you have to care for. And The emotion you felt when you said, think of those families who cannot, I share that completely. Because what you want is for your child to be successful, to have options, to feel understood, to feel capable. You know, that is so important.
People who are diverse thinkers are the ones that everybody in society will benefit from.
And like you said, I mean, we know that dyslexia is one of the most heritable conditions we have just in human history. And so this idea of like, it's important for us to support assets in all the different ways because our kids, your grandkids, they're coming, right? I mean, everybody in Hawaii, you know, who cares about this, you know, we have kids and they're going to need a place where they're understood and who really gets them. And like you said, it's expensive, not just because of the ratios, but also it's a very specialized training.
You know, when you're walking back and you're kind of looking at each other going, I think we found the place. I think this is it. I feel this feels good. It wasn't like, let's get them in school and see. It just felt like in the moment, wow, we got a life ring. You know, hang on.